You know what that is? My new case.
Woo! See, there's even a particular way to hold the case, by the bottom, not by the top panel.
Ooh, we even get handles to take this thing out of the box. All right. What? Where's the tempered glass? Ugh. Actually, I'll save it for the end. So this, my friends, is the Cooler Master Mastercase 6 Pro. It's one of the only Mastercase series on the higher end tier that we haven't reviewed yet. And I'm hoping, we'll see if this is going to be my new case for my workstation editing PC for Ryzen. So let's see if it's any good.
What? It's at the View 31. You should put a ring on it.
Yes, time to make it RGB official. Thermaltake Ring high static pressure fans, because your case deserves a ring. Full details in the description below. So the Mastercase Pro 6 is not entirely a new case. Cooler Master is just reusing the interior of their Mastercase series here, and the only thing that's different are the exterior panels, for which they received the Innovation Award at Computex 2017. Cooler Master just won the D&I Award for the Mastercase 6. So the interior is identical to the Mastercase 5 and the 5T, so check out those reviews for the full details, but a quick recap is in order. First, I love the side panel attachment that includes captive thumb screws and a two-step side panel removal so they don't fall out. I gotta take it off. You can buy the glass panel separately, but that's gonna cost you $50 extra, so it would have been really awesome to see it included by default with maybe a small price bump, because it looks absolutely gorgeous what we saw at CES. Plus the 5T has the proper glass mount, so I'm a bit disappointed to see acrylic on such an expensive case, because it really doesn't do it justice. The basement is isolated with appropriate rubber grommets for cables into the main chamber and a blackout bottom portion for the window to hide everything that's in here, which I appreciate, plus a modular drive cage with dual drive caddies. The interior has dual SSD caddies below the motherboard that are slightly elevated, so you can use 90-degree SATA connections or the non-end SATA power connections for hassle-free routing. Plus, we have this modular drive cage system to install cages anywhere along the height of the case. It's an excellent execution, but the available accessories are on the expensive side, like $20 for additional drive cages, a GPU holder. This really awesome LED partition would have been an amazing inclusion by default. Because the only way people realize that accessories even exist if they come included with a particular version of the master case. Did you know there's a vertical GPU bracket that you can buy, or a vertical SSD tray, or a PCI SSD tray, or even a custom-made power supply shroud cover? No, because none of these are actually included in any of the master case series. Why? And what we saw at CES with their build using this case with a tempered glass side panel, the vertical GPU bracket, and the included white LED strip looked amazing, but that's gonna cost you just as much as buying another Mastercase 5. And ain't nobody got time for that. The dual 5¼ drive bay is removable with appropriate dust filter separation for the front section, with dual 140mm fans included, plus a standard bottom rear dust filter is easily accessible. On the rear side, we have a nice channel for cable management with Velcro straps and slots for those SSD caddies if you wish to install them here instead. So the special thing about the 6 are the magnetic front and top covers that can be extended for additional airflow, or so they say. We'll test that later. I do like the magnetic approach because the extensions are easy to pull out or push back in, but with the panels pulled out, we lose the clean lines look and the case becomes kind of unattractive, especially with these large gaps that are created at the front and at the top. It just looks like something is not aligned properly, like you forgot to push the side panel in fully, and that's a huge turnoff. I do like the discrete I/O at the top. It's hidden behind this floppy cover, but only 2 USB ports is not how I like to roll. Where are my USB ports? And so for conclusion, I'm not entirely happy with the case. For example, the top fan bracket that can fit 240 and 280mm radiators is still centered. I would like it to be slightly offset to allow better clearance for the top motherboard area. As far as the color accent goes, the LED fan in the rear kind of feels cheap. I rather prefer a red LED strip. And you can also buy the case in blue LED illumination, so that's a thing. I don't like the front LED illumination because it's just blindingly bright. You cannot disable it unless you disconnect it via the SATA connector. But seriously, this is not how you do ambient case lighting. And lastly, I wanted to test the cooling potential of the top and front panels and see if there's going to be any changes in the temperature of my system. So I stressed out the 1700X, and yeah, there was a significant and noticeable cooling improvement with the side panels pulled out. However, this also introduced more noise for the exterior, not by much, but the system felt quieter when the panels fully closed. And so with that, I appreciate the innovative features, simply being able to pull out those top and front panels off for extra cooling, and they're an excellent mechanism that works great, but as a full package, it just doesn't feel refined. I find the lack of premium accessories to be a real drawback here, because imagine a tempered glass side panel, maybe a white LED frame on the interior. What we saw at CES, that was the perfect default configuration for the Master Case Pro 6. If only that configuration was reasonably priced instead of spending close to $300 because of all these expensive individual accessories. Say goodbye to cables. It's time to enjoy wireless audio with the Corsair Void RGB gaming headset with a light and comfortable frame, low profile mic, on-headset volume control and mic mute, plus dual side illumination. Check out the Void RGB by Corsair, the perfect way to hear your game. But let me know what you guys think of the Master Case Pro 6. Do you agree with my feedback? Make sure to subscribe for more similar content, and we'll see you in the next video.